I want to do a quick video concerning mask, and because everybody's talking about mask, and I got a voice, and I can record it, and I can post it, and that gives me a chance to share my opinion. Because we're used to living in a world where all we do is receive. We don't ever get to express ourselves. But we're in a unique time now where we all have the ability where we can express ourselves, and we can hear from other people, and we don't have to receive everything top down. So what I want to talk about real quick is mask. And the debate is not over whether you should wear a mask or not. That would be a choice. That would be like, so I'm going into a environment, which I've had to wear them before, in a dusty environment, or or grinding or working on things. I'll wear a mask to keep things from coming into my breathing apparatus here. So if I'm grinding on some metal, sometimes I'll put on a mask. But even when I do that, and even for a short period of time, I make sure I wear one with a valve on it to let my carbon dioxide out, because I can't breathe good. As soon as if I put something on my face without the vent on it, I'm not breathing good. And also, even with this mask, big particles and things find a way into the mask. It just happens. Grinding, you're going to get some. You're just going to keep some out, but you're going to let some in. But this is my choice. This is me, and this is my body, and this is my face, and I can decide if I'm doing A project or B project, I may need this type of mask or that type of mask. If I'm painting something, that mask is almost useless. I can put on an N95 mask. It says N95 on it, and it will let all sorts of paint and everything get through the mask. If you don't believe me, go put on a mask and take a can of spray paint and spray it, and just see how that works for you. But that's not the argument we're having. We're not having that argument. It's not even an argument. What we're having is tyranny, and that's what we need to wake. You need to throw that whole argument off to the side, because that's a separate issue. What we're dealing with is tyrannical. It's saying that you don't own your face. Your face is not yours. It's not your face. You got to cover that thing up. Put something over it. I don't want to look at you. It's taking things from your responsibility to you and your family, what you're doing, and you're saying that people are saying they have control over what you do, over your breath, over your oxygen. And yes, this is a human rights issue. You are entitled to the air around you. You are not required to put on a restrictor plate so that you can breathe. And if you think that that's okay, then you've been brainwashed. And if you think the government, any government, whether local or any official, can come write you a ticket or something because you're not covered up, well, then you're brainwashed too. They're being unlawful, and they should be arrested. So really, truthfully, if a government official comes to you and you're going about your business and demands that you cover your face up, or they're going to write you a ticket, they're being unlawful, and they can be arrested because they're violating your rights. You have to know what your rights are. Nobody gave them to you. This is something you're born with. You're born with the rights of life, liberty, pursuit of happiness. Now, part of life is breathing. You have a right to breathe. Okay? And your children have a right to breathe. If you take your children and send them off to a school where they're going to mask them up all day, instill total fear and panic in them, wash their hands every hour, separate them in all kinds of ways, put plastic boxes around them, you're sending them off to be indoctrinated in a fear camp that will probably do psychological damage to them, irreversible. So it's time for American people to wake up to what's going on. Don't just blindly keep following everything like ignorant sheep following hashtags. Hashtag new normal. Hashtag stay home, stay safe. You're being brainwashed. So it's time to wake up out of your brainwashing. Wake up! Okay. You are entitled to the air around you. Nobody else has that right. This is your area. You're also entitled to the blood in your body. Nobody else is entitled to that. That's yours. That's what separates you and them. Okay? You're also entitled to not let somebody stick you with a needle and put foreign substance in you or your children. Those are your children. And this is your body. Okay? This is called freedom. Freedom is you do you. But what's happening now is they've turned it. They've twisted people's mindset. People who are fearful and want to cover up because they're fearful, they don't want to be fearful or known as fearful. So now their mindset is that something's wrong with you. And now when they see you and they see you like, they don't see you like this, they see you like this. Now they're afraid. They think you're going to kill them or something. Like you're a danger, you're a threat. And that same perception is, of course, going to be passed on to a vaccine when it comes out. It's going to be like, oh, did you get your vaccine? And how do we know who had it and who didn't have it? And are they got a marker or not? And it's time for us. It's time for us as American people to wake up to the agenda that is playing out right in front of us right now. And don't go along with this blindly anymore. Don't be a sheeple. Okay? Don't be a sheeple. There's a time to wear a mask. I'm not down. There may be a time where, but this is what I'm talking about. You know, it's when things are forced on you. They're forced on you. And if you think you're going to get that right back, you've lost your mind. You think if you give them your right, if you hand over your right to breathe, there's not much left after that. So it's time to put the oxygen Nazis on notice. That this is not you. This is me. This part here is me. Oh, that over there is you. And we're on this planet together, and I'm entitled to breathe the air around me. And if you got a problem with me breathing or me showing my face, and if this makes you feel better, even though it's not doing anything except for whatever's coming out of my mouth is just sticking to this thing, and then later I'm going to handle it and spread it around. If this makes you feel better, then you got a problem. Okay? And it's not me that's the problem. And it's time for this to get out, because these things are unrolling fast, and government institutions and radios and everybody's putting out the same message because they're all bought and paid for, and there's money flowing into this to bring us all under a tyrannical rule. And if you're not entitled to the air around you, what makes you think you're entitled to that gun in your closet or to be able to buy bullets? I mean, come on now. It's time to wake up. You're entitled to the air around you. No one has a right to tell you you must cover your face. Okay? All right, wake up.